Hello and welcome to Yarn Tales by the Sea. I'm Kellyanne and this is predominantly a knitting and crochet podcast, and I'm based in the Hastings, East Sussex, which is on the coast of the UK. If you're a returning viewer, great to have you back again, and if you're a new viewer, you are very welcome. My Ravelry address is LadyDrummer. I am Yarn Tales by the Sea on Instagram, and my email address, if anybody would like to contact me, is yarntales.bythesea@gmail.com. Well, I have rather a lot to show you today, plus the giveaway, the winner, should I say, so let's crack on. I have to say I've been a bit lax on finishes, probably because I'm struggling to juggle too much stuff, because I have 3 commissions, so I've been trying to sort of work on them as well as juggle my own stuff. So, but luckily 2 of the commissions are fairly small, but unfortunately one of them is really big, which is a blanket. So yes, right, I shall go straight into my finished objects. Like I said, not much. I finally finished my scrappy socks. I'm really pleased with them. I put a lot of extra length on them, so I wanted them to be sort of like slouchy socks to go with my ankle side boots. So I'm really pleased. Most of it, I think, is actually drops Fable, with a little bit of other stuff. I think there's some Kinkos zigzag in there. Yeah, I think that's it. But yeah, I'm very pleased with them. Just glad to get them off the needles, because they were getting a bit of a chore, because I mean obviously I put so much extra length on, but yes, very pleased with them. All I did was contrast in heels, cuffs and toes, and again that was I believe that was Drops Fable as well, in like the creamy off-white colour. So yeah, very pleased. So that's the biggest object I've finished. So the other things I've been making is well, I made I think it's called a spa flannel, well, spa cloth, spa something rather, washcloth. This is actually done in a waffle stitch in I think Starcraft Classique cotton. It's a bit stretchy, so I have blocked it, so we'll have to see how it performs, shall we say, in the water, because I'm very conscious about the environment. Colin and myself for years have tried to we compost most kitchen waste. We've always recycled, and we're trying to do a little bit more than I suppose the average Joe, just because we think it's the right thing to do. So I've also made some face scrubbies. Those ones I've made out of the leftover from the washcloth, which again is the Starcraft Classique, and this one I've used Kinkos Cotton Soft, and I must admit the difference between that and that one is that there is a lot of difference. This one is just so soft and not quite so soft, but the idea of the white ones is to use just for cleansing when I've got no makeup on, and these ones I shall use to take off makeup. So I'm hoping in the weeks to come to sort of add into those, so there's lots. And the other thing I want to make is dishcloths as well, because I've read something online, or was it a video? No, it was a video actually. Your little kitchen sponges, you know, they're usually a yellow sponge with the green scarab bit on. Do you know what? They are made of plastic and do not biodegrade. So, and I think I'll go quite through, you know, go through a lot of those. And I'm thinking, yeah, I need to start making dishcloth. So that's what I'm going to do. But I need to get some dishcloth cotton, or, you know, some alternative cotton for those. Yeah. And right, my last finish is this little guy, a unicorn. I sort of had a little bit of liberty with it. I put a little flower on the head. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but behind going around the horn is actually gold thread. But like I said, not sure if the camera will pick that up. But that was a commission piece. You know, thanks to my other half, Colin. I did say to him, oh, I've got so much on, what with doing your mum's blanket. You know, I didn't have much choice on that one. I mean, I did offer to do it in all fairness, but as quick as I said, oh yes, I'll do her one, she put the money straight in my bank so I could go and order from Wool Warehouse the Sweetpea pack from Lucy from Attic 24. So, you know, trying to do that, which I'm not getting, you know, I'm not charging mum, so, you know, but because I've had a couple of paying commissions, then that kind of goes to the forefront, really. So, because it means I can buy some more wool. So yes, I have those. On to works in progress. I've just got too much on. I know I've already said it, but yeah, she's got too much on, she says, and then she goes and starts something else. It's practically finished anyway. I've just got to do the top, and I think that's the right way around. Was it? Yeah, right around. So, Granny versus Virus Shawl. And I absolutely love how these turn out. As you can see. I just think, you know, it's such a pretty pattern. I didn't know, because I had that Aldi cakes. I was struggling to find something to do with them, and I just wanted them to get used up, because I thought if I don't use them, I never will. And yeah, so I thought I'd do one of these. And I have to say, you know, because a lot of people I've noticed on forums online, i.e. Facebook, complaining about how scratchy it is, but the Karen cakes are as well. And the reason they're scratchy, you know, is obviously because it contains a bit of wool. But once they wash up, you know, they do wash up really, really soft. I mean, this is one I made, like, I think it was like January, no it wasn't, it was September, October last year. That was using the Karen cakes, you know, same pattern, washed it, blocked it, beautifully soft, but again, it was scratchy to work with. So, you know, I mean, I think a lot of the people that was, you know, people that were saying it was scratchy was maybe a lot of people that just crochet, because it was predominantly in crochet groups. And I mean, you know, a lot of crochet is again predominantly done in acrylic, because a lot of people make blankets and things like that. So maybe people not used to wool content, you know, I don't know. I mean, I'm not belittling it or anything, but maybe that's the reason people think maybe, you know, it's a bit scratchy. But yeah, so that's that. Also have another unicorn on the go. This one's a completely different one. I've only got like bits and bobs done. So its body, its head, it's a completely different one. I will put pictures up. So little leggies. We'll put pictures up on that. That's actually come out of the pattern I'm using for that one. Is out of this book I bought a few years ago. Yeah, I know it's all going to be back to front. 50 toys to crochet. Made quite a few out of here, mainly again for grandchildren, and a few commissions. So yeah, I don't know. It's just been, a weird few weeks. You know, I've been poorly, and then the bank holiday Monday earlier this month, we had, well, I say Monday, it was Sunday and the Monday. It was 2 full-on days because we had the big drum off on the Sunday where we was dressed in black and red. And on the Monday we was all in green, and as you know, we wear face paint. And I had a reaction to the face paint and my eye swelled, something ridiculous, and it was like that for nearly a week. Because I should have done the podcast on that week, and because of my eye I couldn't, and yeah, it's just but I've worked it out. I'm actually recording today on the Saturday, but in future I'm going to be doing my recording on a Friday because I it's a day that I do have completely to myself. So I'm hoping, you know, that will work out because there's always something or other keeps going on. And I had hay fever as well while my eye was like it. Oh, yeah, I don't know. But going back to my WIPS, I always used to be a one project person, and it's, I don't know who to blame. Maybe it's because I've been watching too many of Leslie's podcasts. I've not quite enough yarn. Maybe it's rubbing off on me. Sorry, Leslie. But yeah, oh, I think she's going to hit me with her drumsticks when I see her next. Yeah, it's always nice to have somebody to blame while you're starting new things. So yeah, that's it. Love you, Leslie, really. You know I do. Right. This podcast wouldn't be a podcast unless I had socks in it. But yeah, I started these. Not done a lot on them. This is in Kinkos Zigzag in a dolly mixture. Now, I've used this wool, not in this particular colourway, quite a few times. But, do you know, this ball was a bit of a nightmare, and it still is a bit of a nightmare. I'll take it up here. The wool here literally went to like a really thin thread of nylon. Did another couple of rows, exactly the same thing. And I've also had the wool go from really thin to really thick, so thick that it was like nearly a DK weight instead of a 4-ply. So, you know, I mean, I expect knots and breaks, but you sort of don't expect things like that to happen. Not so much in, you know, one yarn. But I've sort of tried to sort of pull apart the ball of wool. I can see there's another little really flaky bit there. But I should carry on and see where it takes me. But yeah, really disappointed in that. But I say quite like the colourway. A bit jazzy. So yeah, there's that. I'm still plodding on with my shawl. When I say plodding, I mean plodding. I have, since our last podcast, done from there. So yeah, it's coming on. It's one of these asymmetrical. You do 25 inches in your first colour, then another 25 inches using your second colour with the first colour. So it's 2 rows of your first colour, 2 rows of your second colour. I'm using Jops Nord in the grey, which is contains alpaca, so that's really, really soft. And for the second colour, I'm using 4-ply sock wool by Starcraft in, I think it's Head Over Heels, and it's their, I think it's Sugar something, but I think it's Sugarloaf colourway. So I'm actually showing you the back, aren't I? So yeah, I'm really quite pleased with that. It's going to be a pig to block. But I'm not going to. I don't have the intentions of actually using it as a shawl. What I want to use it for is more of a scarf, you know, to keep me warm, especially coming into the autumn. Yeah, because I mean, another reason I don't want to use it as a shawl too much is, I mean, it's alpaca, which I love, but with alpaca, you've got to hand wash it because if you machine wash it, it felts, and so yeah, yeah, it's definitely more. Yeah, oh God, what's it called? Do you know, I can never remember what it's flipping called. I know it begins with an M. I will put the details up anyway in the show notes somewhere or other. Now I'm dropping on my wall. Oh, and you have to excuse me if I bend down and you see bald patches. I it's not an easy thing to say when you're a woman, but I have alopecia. It's not something I've always had. It's sort of just developed over the last few months, and I am very conscious about it. But yeah, like I said, when you're a woman, it's, you know, it's not a good thing. But hey ho, this is me. And those of you that are returning viewers, you know, I do very, very little editing, if at all, because you see me walk snow. I am who I am what I am, and you know, that's how you get to know people. You know, for seeing how they really are, you see their personalities come across. And you know, I watch a lot of knitting and crochet podcasts, and if they're too heavily dunk, dunk, dunk with the heads, it does my head in, and I tend to not watch or skip to the bits I do want to see. So, but you know, hey ho, it's a choice, and you know, it's my choice not to edit unless I have to. So yeah. Oh, I'm rambling on again, rambling. Right, so I am still plonking on with the cardigan. In actual fact, it is nearly finished. All I've got left is the rest of this sleeve. This again is in another Kinkos wool. I don't know why. I think just recently I seem to have bought a lot of Kinkos. I don't know why. But anyway, it's quite nice. The camera's not really going to pick this up, I don't think, but it's actually called Kinkos Shine, and this is in the Heather colourway. The reason it's called Shine, because there's just no way this is going to pick this up, but I'll give it a go. No, I don't know. Around the wool, right, the core of the wool is like a metallic thread, and then the yarn is then wrapped around the thread, so hence you don't get any of the little bits of metal, you know, metallic yarn sticking out. But like I say, it is acrylic. You know, I think it'd be nice for the autumn, maybe, with something else on the skin, because it's a little bit scratchy. I'll show you the back because it's easier to show the pattern. It has a lot of cables in, and again it has one cable going up each side here. Also, I can't find them because I've dropped them on the floor. I don't want to bend down so you can't see my bald patch. Again, you have the cabling going up the front. It's a really simple pattern, and it's a Kinkos pattern. I like the colours. What more can I say? I like the colours. Although they are very, very randomised, I have to say. So, yeah. And finally on the WIPS, the blanket. I'll say the blanket. Right. So I have got a lot done. Because I was right down here on my last podcast. So as you can see, there's a lot done. And that's the Sweetpea blanket done in the Posy colourway, because you've got the choice of Posy or colour wash. And so easy, so easy. It's a trellis pattern, which basically, apart from your setup rows, all it is UK trebles, I think, which is UK American double crochet. So that's all it is. It's just so simple. I wanted one myself, but I don't think I'm going to do one straight away after doing Mum's, because I'll get bored. I was going to swear, but I thought I'll get bored. Stupid. I was going to use another word beginning with this, but I refrained. Yeah, so yeah, there's that. I've had some stash. I brought 2 of these. This is in Valkyrie, Lion brand mandala. I absolutely love their yarn. Well, the cakes anyway. I can't say I've really tried anything else of theirs. It's a DK weight, and it's so soft. I mean, it is acrylic. It is so soft, and I just love it. I have a shawl in mind for that. So like I said, I brought 2 of those. I did purchase, I think it was like 2 or 3 of these, and I decided I liked it so much I went and brought another 5, because I just want a cheap acrylic cardigan. And the reason I want an acrylic is because I've got a dog and she's very cuddly, and I just wanted something to wear in the house that, you know, not going to get ruined by the dog. But I thought, yeah, I've got a pattern in mind for that. So that's that. Oh yeah, it's a Kinkos Splash, 100% acrylic. Also brought this book. It's been on my list on YouTube. Oh my God. Kelly, get it together. On my list on Amazon for a while. So I bought it. And that's where I got the pattern from. I don't know if that's going to show up. For the unicorn. And there's some beautiful patterns in here. Which I love that dragon. I've already had a lot of requests to do stuff. So yeah, grandchildren, lots of commissions. And I also brought another book. This one is in Enchanted Creatures. Trying to get out. Right. I have made some creatures, not from this book, but I've made like hedgehogs and things like that. I've only got one. Can you pass me that? I did make a little hedgehog once. So. Yeah. Can't remember where I got that. Actually, I think it was a free kit on one of the magazines. So yeah, I like that. Anyway, right. The reason I brought this is because my partner, Colin, I don't know how to say this. He has a fetish, shall we say, for gnomes. Garden gnomes. My garden is full of flipping gnomes and other things, ornaments. I don't mind it. I will put some photos on, but I will do it. It's all right. I've got him sitting over here, and he's going like, because he don't want me to say anything. But I've got to. I'm sorry, I've got it. I've got to. You know, I mean, I have got gnomes coming out of every orifice in my garden that you can see. If it's not gnomes, it's woodland animals, which I don't mind. There's even busts of ladies, of owls, but I don't know what it is. I think what happened with that was it started up because my Colin does he works for a local firm that does he does predominantly gardens, but he does other things within the company. So you know, he goes and does these huge gardens, and people say, oh, they don't want this, they don't want that. So that's how it started. He started bringing home these odd things. I mean, some of them are beautiful. I mean, I've had a beautiful bird bath, stone bird bath and stuff like that. But then the gnomes, kicked in. Oh, okay. But it didn't stop there, did it? Oh, no, it didn't. His mum, who I absolutely love to death, she's the most fantastic mother-in-law you could ever have, and Colin's father too. Fantastic. They've started buying the bloody things. Why? I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't hate those. But when you've got a garden full of the bloody things, oh my God, I'm thinking, where am I going to put anything? And, because I mean, we have chickens in our garden. And although they've got their nice own area, we let them out to free range in the garden as well. And then what do the chickens do? They kick the things over with their feet, to get them out of the way so they can scratch. So Colin then moans that the chickens are knocking his gnomes over. Not moan horrible, but he's like, oh my God, what they've done to my gnome? Oh, they've knocked my gnome down. Oh my God. You know what? I thought I was a nerd because I read a lot, I do things that a lot of people don't, or may consider as nerdish. But oh my God, gnomes. So, if I get called a nerd to my face, I say to people, oh, you think I'm a nerd? Do you want to see Colin and what he's got in the garden? But yeah, so yeah, going back to this, the only reason I've brought it is so I can do the flipping gnome for him. It's a nice pattern. It's simple enough to do. And in the book, if I can quickly find it, it has a Mrs. Gnome. So my intention is to make him these. I'm particularly going to make him this one in black and red, and I'm going to say to him, right, you can put it on the front of your flipping drum. But yeah. But yeah, I think with, when you live with someone, they're always going to do something that you're like, ooh. And yeah, gnomes is mine. Like I said, don't hate him. I'm not gnomist, but my garden's bloody overrun with them. So, anyway, I do have some more stash. I have my stash. I have brought. It was on sale. Had to do it. It's a Drops Fable sock yarn long print. I think it's called Silver Fox. The colour is 602. So it goes in sort of silvers and dark greys. And I've decided I'm going to knit a boxy jumper. And I've forgotten what the name is, so I will put it on screen. It's something Locatelli, I believe. So yes, it's going to be a real labour of love, being in 4-ply. And yeah, I'm already doing the 4-ply shawl. Yeah, so I'm really pleased with that. I mean, because I think you needed 4 skeins, 400 gram skeins. So to get this for around £14 for a wool jumper, I mean, that's a flipping bargain, isn't it? Absolute bargain. Like I said, not looking forward to knitting it. Not for that size. But yeah, I will put some pictures on screen. I'll grab one off of Ravelry so you can see. But I'm sure a lot of you are very familiar with the pattern. But I've seen a lot of them pop up on Instagram. And I think Amy from the Stranded podcast, she's made a couple, and I thought, oh, they were lovely. And again, Claire from Ferret and Gibbon, she's made, I think she made one in DK, and now she's also doing one in 4-ply. And I just thought, oh, I really like the look of that. And being a lady with a bit of spare poundage, shall we say, around the middle, I thought, oh yeah, that'll cover that up. So yes, I'm very happy with that. Colin, could you just pass me down the blue bag, please? Well, the bag with the blue stuff. So I forgot to bring that one down. For those...
My nose.
Right, for those of you who are returning viewers or have watched from the start, you will know that I started a shawl called the Outlander shawl. Again, I will put pictures up. Nothing wrong with the pattern. It was my choice of yarn that was wrong. I was using Drops Nord, and what I was finding with that is because it's alpaca, it's very splitty, and the pattern requires long rows of mate ones, which is, as you know, you pick up the middle strand between two stitches, put it over your needle. It's a fiddly because it gets a bit twisty, so you've got a bit of needling. So I was finding, because of the alpaca, it was shredding more, and so I gave up on it. And like I said, some of it's gone into that yellowy grey shawl. So a little while ago, Leslie gave me this lovely merino wool, and Leslie from Not Quite Enough Yarn. So I've checked the yardage, and I actually have enough, more than enough, to actually do the shawl. So I again, in the sale on Wool Warehouse, I brought Drops Fable in colour 103. So I think these work really well together. So that's what I shall be starting. Not just yet, because again, it's flipping floor pie. I've got a thing about floor pie at the moment. Why? Why do I do this to myself? So yes, I will be starting that at some point. I don't know, because to start a boxy and this, do I really want to? That is the question. Probably not. I'll see. So I will blame Leslie. So yeah, so I've got all that. So yeah, not a bad little haul for what I paid for it. So well cheap. And like I said, I also brought some cotton to do those wipes, scrubbies, whatever you call it. So yeah, apart from the giveaway, I think that is more or less it. I don't think there's anything else to say. Could talk about the weather. Typical British weather. Raining 1 minute, sunny the next. But it's a bit sunny today, over cloudy, but sunny in places. So yeah. Oh yeah, I know what I could show you. Did you get that yum cake then? My one. Yeah, thank you. I should have got that down, but I didn't. So I've been playing with my wool winder. Yeah, I've put all my leftovers on here, and I'll tell you what, some of my leftovers that I've joined on here have been like that long. Waste not, want not. No, the reason I'm doing it as is I'm going to make a scrap blanket, but not anytime soon. I shall wait till I've got a lot more of these cakes. Yeah, it's fun to make, looks pretty, all sorts of colours on there. I have only stuck to DK weights, double knitting on there. Yeah, I'm not doing blankets and floor ply. No, no way, Jose, no. Right, so the giveaway. What I did was I used a YouTube comments picker to pick the name, and the winner, and I will put on the screen the screenshot of the lady being chosen, and the winner was a Sandra Tester. Again, I should put the name on the bottom, who I haven't brought stuff. Oh, it doesn't matter. Unless you can grab it. There. That's it. Thank you. Who has won 2 balls of Drops Fable and what was it? Red Heart Soft, 2 balls of that. There's sheepy buttons in there, and I will put a couple of little extra bits and sweeties or something in there. So Sandra Tester, if you could please get in touch with me at yarntales.bythesea@gmail.com and inbox me your address, and I will get this sent out straight away to you. So yes. So I will leave that, I will give that a week or so, and if nobody contacts me, I will do another podcast just specifically to draw another name. So yes, there's that. So I think that's everything. But what I would like to say is, you know, I'm really, really grateful for all the comments, likes, subscribers. It means a lot. You know, when I first started the podcast, I thought, you know, I'd be lucky to get a handful of viewers. But, you know, nearly 200 is just great. I mean, it did go up to 200, I think, at one point, and then I lost a couple, but that's the nature of the game. I should say nature of the beast. People come and go. Maybe you don't, I don't know why. Maybe, I don't know, they don't like my podcast, or they don't like me, or I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But I am really, really grateful, really, really grateful for all of it. You know, to have that amount of viewers is great. And I can only go onwards and upwards, you know. I mean, I remember my first video, it was flipping awful, and all I kept saying, I believe, was, oh, this is so hard. Why did I say that? I don't know. Maybe I felt a bit intimidated by the camera. But, you know, now I'm quite at home with it. So yes, again, thank you so much. And I am aiming to have more giveaways in the future, you know, something a bit, you know, different each time. So yes, thank you very much, and I think I've said everything, and until next time, it's bye bye from me from beside the sea. Bye.